Hi, I'm Roger.
And I'm Cindy.
And we're
Changing the View.
Welcome to our channel. This week, we're in beautiful Key Largo.
Good morning. We are starting our week with a trip up to the Miami area. We're going to be touring this morning some national parks. We are headed to Biscayne National Park first. Really excited because what are we doing in Biscayne, Roger?
Well, we were going to paddleboard.
I think I'm going all over the place, sorry.
But we have decided, or they decided, it would be best if we kayak, correct?
Yes.
And the reason we're doing that is because so much of this national park is underwater. So the only way to see that is to be on the water and to look down into the water.
Yeah, so we are very excited about this adventure. We have about an hour drive, a little over an hour from Key Largo up to Miami.
So what we found out in 1983, this species of sea urchin almost completely died out. We lost 90% to disease.
We're going to be hitting two parks today.
To Biscayne National Park and Everglades National Park.
As a junior ranger, I,
Brennan,
promise to protect and preserve
So today is our 4th day on the island. We spent the day relaxing here at the beautiful campground. We've had 2 relaxing days here, but we've also had some very eventful days. Biscayne was wonderful.
Yeah, we were able to take a like a 2-hour kayak guided tour, like one-on-one, and we saw some beautiful scenery, lots of wildlife. What all did we see? We saw
Iguanas in the trees.
We saw a shark.
We saw spiny sea urchins.
A huge manatee.
And a nurse shark. Oh, you've already said that.
The nurse shark.
We saw
sea urchins. We saw sponges.
We learned a lot about mangroves.
Yeah, the guide was that we had was very knowledgeable. Shared lots of information the whole trip, so learned quite a bit.
And her name is Ariana. We highly recommend her with salty. Oh man, I just had it.
But I can look that up and put it on the. I can even provide you with a link down below.
I think it's Salty Soul Tours. We'll put a link there. But she was amazing, very knowledgeable.
Yeah, it was a good time. After that, we did that during the morning hours and headed over to the Everglades. We were trying to hit 2 national parks in one day, and then we went to our next tour was on a what?
On an airboat.
It's on an airboat.
We saw my least favorite animal several times.
Yeah. Saw a few gators. Took an airboat ride. It was a lot of fun. It's like a 30-minute ride.
Yeah, if you really want to tour the Everglades, they do have half-day tours, but we did something quick because we were limited on our time and we didn't know how Brennan would enjoy being on the airboat. But,
yeah, for that long.
Yeah. So they took us out a little ways and they spun us around a little bit in the airboat, but we didn't do a whole lot of exploring.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Then we made our way back to Biscayne Visitor Center. Took care of the Junior Ranger program, got Brennan's badge, and visited the center. Beautiful area there. The visitor center at Biscayne Bay is.
Wish we had a day there.
After visiting there, we were regretting that we didn't just spend a whole day there.
I forgot my token. Didn't get that token. We didn't make it to the Everglades Visitor Center, so we don't have a badge for that one for Brennan.
Yeah.
But it's just quite the drive from here. So.
Yeah. And exciting things coming up. Hi guys.
We are at John Pennekamp State Park in Key Largo. We had big plans for today, but sometimes those things change.
Mother Nature didn't cooperate today.
Quite cold today.
Very cold last night. It was in the 40s and very, very windy all night.
Iguanas were falling out of trees.
Yeah. we kept getting all these news flashes on social media warning us of falling iguanas, frozen iguanas. We haven't seen any yet, but we're on the lookout. Anyway, we came here today for a boat tour, glass bottom boat tour, 2.5-hour tour, and upon registering they informed us that it's high seas, lots of wind, And if we're susceptible to seasickness, we probably we probably should consider going a different day. So we're going to try to go Friday morning before we leave Key Largo. That's actually our travel day, so we're going to try to work that in Friday morning. So we're here. It's beautiful, other than being a little chilly and breezy.
Very beautiful.
So we're just going to check out the beach area here and
the aquarium. They have an aquarium.
And the aquarium.
Good morning.
Morning.
We are headed down to Key West today. We are very excited.
Yeah, you can't go to the Florida Keys without going to Key West. So as you know, we're camping in Key Largo, 96.
Ventures, Keys Ventures at 96, yeah.
At 96 mile marker. So we got up early this morning, taught our lessons, and headed out about 6:30, like before sunrise, to make this drive so that we could spend the day down in Key West.
And it has been a foggy drive, so we haven't gotten to see much of the view, but we're looking forward to a great day.
Yeah, I kind of bummed about the fog this morning. Didn't get to see a sunrise. Still foggy, but we've only been on the road for about an hour. So yeah, looking forward to a great day in Key West. Just gonna relax and hopefully have some good food.
Hey guys, we're at Fort Zachary Taylor State Park in Key West.
It's beautiful here. We enjoyed a few hours of beach time here, just relaxing and enjoying this beautiful beach and the gorgeous turquoise water. And we're about to go find some lunch.
Some Cuban cuisine. Let's go. So we had a great day in Key West today.
Good day. We were able to see some beautiful beaches, which was one of our goals for today. We went to a state park there in Key West and was able to have good access to a beautiful beach.
That was at Fort Zachary Taylor State Park. And then we tried, thanks to Sally Costa, Jose Morales, and I think Daniela Donnie recommended it also, El Saboni, is that right?
I think so, a little Cuban restaurant.
Yeah, a little Cuban cuisine. It was delicious.
Very good.
And we also toured the fort there at the state park.
And as we were leaving, we decided to sample our 4th key lime pie from this area.
So we forgot to update you on the blonde giraffe, what we thought of the blonde giraffe key lime pie. Mine was dipped in chocolate like a popsicle, and it was really good. Roger's slice at the blonde giraffe.
I just had the classic pie slice. It was good.
But today, Key West Key Lime Pie Company, it was...
I think that's the winner.
Yeah.
At least for me.
It was as good as, probably better than what we found on Sanibel Island.
Yeah.
So it was delicious. It was the perfect amount of tart. It was very good.
Yeah. That's the winner. So we are en route back to Key Largo. We are about halfway there, I think.
The water is so beautiful. It's amazing.
We've been enjoying this beautiful water the whole trip on the way back.
Yeah, you probably hear the traffic noise.
Yeah, we just pulled off the side of the road here to do a little update before we got back to the campground. But we have about an hour left. We're just going to head back and get some rest. Relax for the evening, call it a day. We are here in Fort Pierce, Florida.
Right.
Which is near
Port St. Lucie.
Port St. Lucie. It is Saturday morning. Let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday was a travel day for us. We had planned on leaving the Florida Keys and headed to where we are now, which we did. But before leaving...
Well, we had every intention of vlogging before leaving, but unfortunately, I became a little sick on our boat tour.
Yeah, we had like a 2.5 hour glass bottom boat tour of the state park there in Key Largo, which is
Pennicamp State Park.
Pennicamp State Park.
It is beautiful. If you want to plenty of things to do: snorkeling, kayaking, glass bottom boat tour. They take you out. It's a great state park.
Yeah, most of the state park is actually underwater. So to see it, it's the coral reefs. So the way we chose to see it was the glass bottom boat tour.
So they take you out, 45-minute ride out into the Atlantic Ocean to a coral reef. And there's a glass bottom, which is heavily magnified.
Slightly magnified.
So it was a great ride out, beautiful. I love riding on a boat, no problem there. However,
not only are you on a boat riding, which is just great in and of itself, but we're on this beautiful colored water.
yeah,
So all the way out was very nice, just beautiful scenery, looking at the beautiful water. And then we made it to the reef, and the boat stops and begins
rocking.
to do this.
Non-stop.
And this is the point, we had been upstairs the whole time. This is the point where you go downstairs into the belly of the boat
and stare down.
Look down into the glass panels to see the coral reef underneath. So we go down, we make our way down, very, very difficult making our way down. But we get down there, and we're only a couple of minutes in to that part of the tour.
So we're staring down into the glass, and I start to feel a little queasy, so I lift my head. I still feel queasy, so I get up and have a seat. I guess it was obvious I was feeling bad. Crew members come over and they tell me to go out, go up. They give me a barf bag. So I spent the...
And a peppermint.
And a peppermint. And I spent the entire time up at the top staring out at the horizon, trying to balance my mind.
So in the meanwhile, Brennan and I, we stayed downstairs and checked out the view of the coral reef from the glass bottom boat.
So after all of that, I didn't feel like vlogging. So.
Yeah, and obviously this is a common occurrence. They had the barf bags in different stations, and I'm sure on every tour they probably have a few. Cindy wasn't alone on this tour either. There was only, the boat carries like over 100 people, and we only had 15 on board, and she and another lady had the same problem there. So we made our way back. I'm sure that was probably a long ride for Cindy, because it's like a 45-minute ride out there and a 45-minute ride back. So we made it back. Needless to say, she didn't feel up to any vlogging or anything. At this point, we had to go straight back to the campground, hook up the camper and hit the road, because we were supposed to be out of that campground by noon, and we just made that.
Yeah.
In fact, we were probably a little bit late, and then traveled to where we are here.
Which was about 4 hours. Traveled for about 4 hours. Traffic.
Not an enjoyable drive for me. It was traffic filled the whole way. There was tons of traffic. Of course, we're in this Orlando type area, and everything's just very crowded in this area.
Yeah, you can probably hear all the traffic going by the
Yeah, we're camped pretty close to a road now.
So when we arrived here, we thought we might vlog, but I just didn't feel like it, because after getting here, I was trying to help Roger back into the site, and our neighbor has 2 very large dogs on a very long lead, which is long enough to come into our site, and so they scared the bejesus out of me.
Yeah, I could see her in the mirror. I'm backing the camper in, and she's waving me on, and all of a sudden I see her face, and then she backs away, and I see this large, I think it was a German Shepherd.
It's a German Shepherd and some other type of dog, but they're both very large, very loud, very scary.
Yeah.
And so after the owner comes out and puts them away, I tried to walk over to guide Roger back at that point, and stepped in a large pile of their poop.
So it wasn't a good day for Cindy.
Not a good day.
Seasickness and close attack or a near attack from a dog, and stepping in dog poop.
So we waited. So here we are.
We just called it a day. We were all tired, went to bed early, got up this morning, taught our lessons, and here we are today. And today we've got to make that trip to Walmart that we talk about. We've got some supplies to get. Brennan's got some lessons to do.
Yeah, we have to make up class this weekend because we had a couple of adventure days during the week.
Yeah.
So we have schoolwork to do. We thought we might explore a little, but we're kind of leaning toward chilling out.
Work and getting some things done and just staying here at the campground. I got a lot of video editing to do.
Yeah, getting some things done, like not school.
So let's talk about, before we sign off, let's talk about next week, our next episode. We have some exciting, we're not going to tell you what it is, but we have some exciting things coming up. In fact,
Oh, yeah.
even though we're not real thrilled with the campground that we're in currently, we're only here for 3 nights. We are headed to a campground that we've really been looking forward to staying in, and some activities there that
Some big adventures.
yeah, I think we're all very excited about it. I think you will enjoy it, so make sure you watch next week as well.
Yeah, which also means we'll be doing school again on the weekend.
Yeah.
Next week, but it will be worth it.
And no, we're not going to Wonderland again.
So thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done that already. Hit that notification bell and smash that like button for us. We greatly appreciate you watching, and we'll see you down the road.